Good morning. Looks like I need to adjust my light a little bit. How is everybody this morning? I'm excited you're here. Good morning. I have a lot of fun stuff to show you today. Hello, everyone. A quick thank you. Good morning. Good morning. A quick thank you for everybody that joined last night for our bingo and cards. We had to reschedule because the previous Friday night we had a bit of technical difficulty, but last night was hilarious and fun, and I really appreciate everybody being there. So I will post those cards that we made. We made 6 cards, 3 designs, 2 of each, plus played bingo with prizes and a door prize. So we had a lot of fun. So we're planning on doing another game night next quarter, so keep a lookout for that. So I've got a lot of things to show you, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera around here and get all adjusted. I hope everybody's morning is off to a good start. Let me see where I am here. Just make sure I'm set. Looks blurry. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting it. Still kind of cloudy and overcast in Murfreesboro this morning. So I probably need to introduce myself. This is Sherry Millier. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, but I have customers, of course, all across the country, which is wonderful. So if this is your first time joining, I hope you'll say hello. So the stamp set that we're going to feature today is Whiskey Business. So I wanted to show this one in particular because it's a hinge set, and I'm going to show you what that means. So, but to do that, I need to show you a little bit about our Stamparatus. So this is a fabulous tool. It is, the inside here is 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. And it's enough space to do everything you need. And it comes with all the pieces. So what you have is a solid surface here with a grid line. And that's perfect for our red rubber stamps. So there we go. So what you need when you're working with photopolymer stamps is the piercing mat, and the piercing mat comes with it. It also comes with 2 very strong magnets, which I will warn you now, do not get close to each other, please, because you'll do what I did and it'll break. So you got to just be careful with them. On the back of your Stamparatus, you've got a place to store your magnets, which is beautiful. And then you've got 2 pieces here that slide or click into place, but that's exactly what we need today to do our hinge stamping, okay, is these 2, what would you call it? They're hinged in here, and it allows you to move it to make a great background or whatever you're going to make. So apologize for this, but we do have my pieces ripped here. We do have grid paper that fits in here, which is wonderful, and I recommend that to keep your surface clean. This will wipe clean, of course. Your plates will wipe clean. Maybe be careful with permanent ink, but I've also got permanent ink off of this using the Stampin' Up! It's the Stays On Cleaner. So this has come in handy when I accidentally got permanent ink on here. So let me show you what we're going to make today. I've made a couple of cards. My brother-in-law had, one of my brother-in-laws had a birthday this week, so I've made a birthday card for him. And it's on the way to Arizona. But in the meantime, I've come up with a couple other designs that I saw. One I copied from someone in Australia, and I want to show you that one as well. So what I want to focus on right now is this background. Okay, so I want to show you how we can do that. So in this, actually, before I go there, I want to point out to you in the catalog. So this is the stamp set we're using right here on page 33. And you will be able to see, I'm going to give you some other examples, but in the description right there, it'll say Hinge step. And so that's what you're going to be looking for to kind of be able to do this type of work that I'm going to show you today. And look at this beautiful example here. I love that. Just simple. And I'm going to do a little coloring today to show you how to fill that in as well. So let's move along here, give you a couple other examples. Today's tile on page 38 of the current catalog. This also is a Hinge stamp set, and that is because of these tiles here. This is a beautiful two-step stamping, and it's so easy to be able to line those up and put two different colors into your work. So this is an example of how they've lined that up beautifully. The next example is on page 47, and this one is a Hinge stamp set because of this little piece here that would give you a great background. And then the final one I want to show you is on page 55. So this Borders Abound is a Hinge set as well. And I want to call attention to right here, this little call out. This is basically going over everything I'm showing today about how to hinge it, how to work it. And you can see that if you line up, you can repeat these. Let's see, if I chose this flower image on the top here, I can continue to stamp it to create this background. And using the Stamparatus, it lines up beautifully to be able to create something like that. But I like on page 55 that it's got this little explanation here. So pay attention to those call outs throughout the catalog. You know, in the catalog, they used to title the catalog Catalog and Idea Book, because it for sure is just filled with fabulous examples. And any one of the beautiful pictures that they have in here in this catalog, you can take if you like a design, a particular design that you see, take that image and just copy it with the current stamps that you have. It just makes it so fun and easy to create a beautiful project. So use what you have, use your book. Very helpful. Speaking of catalogs, the end of this month, it's already time for me to turn in my order for next year's catalog, the 2021-2022 catalog. So anybody that's placed an order over the last 6 months will, of course, get a catalog. But if you're new and haven't placed an order yet, or you just want to make sure that you're on the list, give me a ring or drop me a note, and I will ensure that you have a catalog. But I need to know by the end of this month, because the 31st is when I'll place my orders. So you'll get your new catalog in April, probably at the end of April. Okay, so let's go ahead and get stamping. So I have kind of already started this process. because I don't want to take too much of your time on a Saturday morning. But so what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and line this up. And you'll wonder why. You can, of course, go to the corner, and that's a great way to get this steady and perfect, you know, all the time. But I'm going to line this up for me. Right here, I've kind of pencil marked it so I can put it back. And with this grid paper, it does help to be able to, you know, put it back easily with no problems. But the reason I have it out in the center of the paper is because I want the image to flow differently. It's kind of going to flow off the page. And this is the piece that I'm using, the little wood plank here. And you know how wood planks, they are, you know, askew as they go. That's what I'm trying to recreate here. So with my rubber block or rubber stamp, I am going to put my image all the way to the base of the stamparatus here. I've got the sticky side up, and then I'm going to just put my plate down, and it's adhering. So I'm not sure you can see that, so I'm going to move it over just a bit. There we go. And then the color I'm using is Sahara Sand. And to ink it up, I'm just inking it up here right on the plate. Which that's going to be, let me move this stuff aside. It's going to be wobbly. Okay, so let me bring it back over so you can see. And then I just stamp it down and come back up. And then the hinge portion is where I'm going to take it off the hinge. And this particular design calls for me to go down 2 because of the long piece. So the next thing I need to do again is just stamp it or ink it up on the hinge. And I can go down, come back up, and we're moving right along. I'm going to go down 2. Try not to shake with the camera as I'm doing this. And we're set. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to put it to the top of the hinge again because we need to start over. We're on the next row. Or we need to go the next row. So instead of picking it up with ink there, I just got my chamois out and I'm giving it a swipe. And then the next thing I'm going to do is come down and replace my ink or my rubber. So the last one went off the page. So this one needs to be kind of centered of that wood plank. So I'm going to place it there and do the same thing. Trying not to shake the camera. And then we're going to keep doing this. So I'm going to come down 2, ink it up, ink it up. Oops, I went down too many. And then, of course, I'm letting it flow off the page there. I'm going to come back up to the top and do my last row. I'm just going to wipe it so I don't have to pick up the ink. And then again, this is the one that I want to flow off, so we are kind of getting that effect that we want. And I want to point out it's awesome to have these 2 different plates because, you know, often with this, I'm kind of using a 2-step stamp where I've stamped down in one color, and then with the second step, I'm going to come over on top with another color, the other image. And so it's so nice to be able to have these 2 different plates. You can have one going this way, stamp it down, then having the other stamp loaded up on this side and flip it over and stamp it down. And you just re-ink, you know, and keep going. And then all you have to do is keep replacing your cardstock on the bottom, and you can whip out some cards. It's really, really nice. So we've got our base down, okay? That's the Hinge stamping. So if you haven't played with that, this Stamper Out is just a tool I highly recommend. It really makes a difference when you're trying to line things up perfectly. Let's go ahead and do another example real quick of the Hinge stamping. Let me see. I'm going to pull a little scrap out of my Whisper White here, and I'm going to pull this stamp set. I've been thinking about this one quite a bit. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but I really want to. So this one, I'm going to do something different. I am going to actually do it in the corner, but I still, of course, want to use my magnet. Now, this particular stamp is a photopolymer. Okay, so I want to definitely put in that the piercing mat that comes with this, because it will make a better image. And I want to put my scrap paper down because I don't want to mess anything up. Okay. I don't even know what this is cut to, but we're going to go with this scrap. So I've got it in my corner, and I'm going to go ahead and put my magnet down. I'm going to put a magnet up here too, just to keep it steady. Okay, so what I was thinking about with this one is I wanted to work with the gate, and then I also wanted to see if I could line up this little piece of the fence. So let's do that. Let's pull the gate. And let's pull that little piece of the fence. And I can't wait to work with this one, because that is just beautiful. Look at, oh, so pretty. I like the sayings on this stamp set. I like the font. Looks good to me. Okay, so let's do the two sides. So this one, I am going to line my little gate up here. And I'm going to I'm not going to do it to the edge because I've got to trim this paper. I don't really know what size it is, but I want this setting right there. So I'm going to put that on one side. Let's see, what color should I use? I think I'm going to use Smoky Slate on this. Lay that down. This is also a wonderful tool because if for some reason, oh no, it's a perfect reason. Look at this image. I didn't press well enough in here. So it's not stamped all the way. So because everything's still in the same place, I can lay it down again, and I'm pressing a little bit there where it missed, and there we go. Okay, next thing that I want to do is I want to line up this little portion that goes with the fence. And so I'm going to come over here. I'm not sure how far down I need to go, but we are going to test it out. Okay, I've got that set, so I'm going to come this way with the other. I just put my hand in ink. Okay, and I'm going to ink this up on the other side and lay it down. Let's see how well I did. Oh, not bad, not bad. Okay, so I am going to take my Got a little bit of ink on the outside. I'm going to take this away. And I want to see if I can line up another fence. Another part of the fence. Without it being too crooked. Ink it up again. And what you doing? Make sure I don't have any ink on my paper. Oh, I just did something. Had a drip or something from my chamois. Okay, I like that. Not too bad. So I would continue to do the same if I wanted to finish the page. But if you want to just do the gate and one piece of the fence, you could just continue, to put your cardstock in there and just repeat the process. So that's how that works. This is not, this particular set is not a Hinge set, but that is how also you can use the Stamparatus to make your stamping life a little bit easier. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this aside for now. It will be like this because you've got two pieces that are coming in at the same place. This, if you move it down one, it'll come, it will come a little bit lower, but it's never going to be totally flat. So if you want it totally flat, take it out and just lay it on top. Okay? There we go. Let's go ahead and put that aside and get back to our project. We need some pieces to put together here. Okay, so for this, I chose to have, I wanted crumb cake on the bottom. So crumb cake is kind of a nice neutral that we can work with. I'm not sure what I did with my piece of crumb cake. I don't see it. So let's cut another one real quick. Okay, so let's see, I need to mention that for the share, if you would kindly share this video either on live or if you're watching it on the replay, I'd appreciate that. I have also been, they're always posted back to Facebook, but I've also been posting them on my YouTube channel because there are quite a few people that are not using Facebook for one reason or another. And so that's a great place to also get your fix of my videos. So I'm going to lay down this background piece here that I have. I'm seeing hair or something on it. Okay. And why is this not going? There we go. And then I used the some elements from this bundle. So what I used was the DSP, the Designer Series paper from this bundle, and then I'm going to use this little die to cut a label to go with this. So with the DSP, I took a little section. And I want to cut out, I'm going to stop for just a minute because I'm noticing my card is not, it's not square. So I'm going to, while we're still working in the working stage, I want to fix that. There we go. Much better. So I took a little piece of the DSP from this Tasteful Touches bundle, and I want to add this little piece to kind of center my fixtures that I'm going to put down. So this time I decided to cut this table at an angle to give it more depth. So when we're done, we can kind of judge and see if we agree that that does help. So I can go ahead and put that down. Okay. And then we need to put a greeting on the card. So we're going to go back to our stamp set that we're featuring here today. And let's go ahead and make it a birthday card like the other one. So sending you old-fashioned birthday. And let's see, I'm going to use the Memento Black. That's not going to work, so I need a bigger stamp. Bigger block, I mean. And I also pulled a piece of DSP from that bundle. So I like the wood background here. The wood finish kind of just seems like it goes with the stamp set because I guess it's masculine. Okay, good. And next thing I want to do is cut it out. But guess what I have? I'm so excited. The blue tape I've been finally wanting. Okay. So what I want to do with this is just make sure it's lined up nicely. And so as I move it to my little cutter here, there's no concern. This is our little mini paper cutter, or excuse me, die cut machine. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in since it's like the perfect size for this. Make our sandwich here. And then just roll it through. It's a little bit, not on the best surface here with my paper underneath, but rolling that through. And then I can flip these up and easily put that away. And there is a beautiful label. Okay, so we're making progress here. That I think we should add with dimensionals, don't you? So, that should need to pull, actually let's go ahead and pull a new pack of dimensionals. Been using those a lot. Okay, so we've got one on each side. Can add those down. And then the last thing I need to do is are these images here. So I cut two already, and Bussy cutted them out already for us. So I've got the glass, and then I've got the big canister. So I wanted to show you how I colored in the canister. That seems to be the question that comes up. So putting on my glasses here. For this particular shade, I am using here's our example. I'm going to use these colors. So this is the light Cajun Craze. Then I've got the light So Saffron, and then the light Mango Melody. And I love how these look together. So my preference is this brush part, but you do whatever works for you. So I hope you can see this. I might come in a little bit closer. Hopefully I'm not gonna cover the screen here. So I'm just kind of outlining the top here. And I'm trying not to, you know, make it look too square. But I definitely need some of that color in here of the Cajun Craze to give it some of the deeper colors that I want. Okay, so I think I need to come over just a little bit more. With my shading. And then let's go ahead and let's do the Mango Melody now. And what I'm going to do with the brush part is just kind of pull some of this color in. From the Cajun Craze. So as you can see, they're kind of melding together. I'm going to go and maybe do a little bit more of the Cajun Craze. I do like the blends because you don't have the lines, which is awesome. The lines from the two colors will blend together. After this sits for a little bit too, the color will change and it kind of settles. Okay, I'm going to stop there and I'm going to pull in my final color, which is just the light So Saffron. And I'm kind of using that to blend everything together. I like that. I like how that's looking. So what I would recommend, if you like it, leave it. Leave it for now. After a minute or two, when it settles in, it may change. And you might find, oh, I wish I had a little bit more of this, or I wish I had a little bit more of that color. But I would recommend just doing that and just leaving it. I'm wondering if right here I would like perhaps more of the Cajun Craze, but I'm kind of liking a lot of that yellow showing through. So we will see how that looks. Okay. So next thing I want to do is I do want to add them to my card. I've noticed that, let me show you my first example. The first example was more yellow, obviously, but I had the drink too far. I think I like them closer together, perhaps like this, where I can put the first image down just with some adhesive. And then I think I'm going to add some dimensionals to add some depth there. Oops. And this is where my little pieces from the dimensionals come in handy, right? We want to hold that steady. The Stampin' Up! Paper snips, they are perfect for fussy cutting. They'd really hold well in my hand. It fits well. I'm able to get, on this little curve here. So I recommend those paper snips as well. There we go. I like that. I like that better. And then the final thing that I wanted to do is I pulled in some of the little elements from, this is also part of the bundle, the Tasteful Touches bundle. I want to pull in some of these wooden pieces. So I'm not sure if I want a leaf on there or just go with my original design. But I love these X's and O's. So let's, oh, I like this too. That's pretty. Okay, I think I might have it. Okay, so I think that's what I want to do. Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Hey, did you notice that they have different sides? So this is one side, and it has some texture and shading on it. And then this is the other side. It's just wood. But I do like this side. Oops. I think that's nice. Okay, so for this, I'm going to pull out my fine tip glue pen. So this is very handy to have. It never clogs because as long as you put this little metal piece back into the tip, it keeps it clear for you. So before I mess up too much, I want to, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and use my little piece here so I don't get the glue on my hands. Laying it down. Another thing that you could use to adhere these would be the mini glue dots. Mini glue dots would work very well for this. And the reason that it got me thinking about this fine tip glue pen is because of actually, I like the design on this other side. Hold on. Yeah, that's cute. See how that's really cute. So what do I need to do to make that happen? Turn it this way. With the fine tip glue pen, we're going to add our final feature to this card. Once we get this all settled. Okay, so I like this the way it is. I'm going to add the last element to this card, and that is to add a little sheen. So with the fine tip glue pen, I'm going to try to take out all the bubbles. I'm just coming to the card where let me get my glasses, where we've got the liquid in here. And I am just going to add it over the top. It's not real thick, just a thin layer. If you get bubbles in there, you can use a little pen or an X-Acto knife like that. That's not going to work well. Let's see if I can do a better job here. Honestly, I don't know how long this takes to dry, because I have, every time I've done this, this effect, I've kind of just left it on my desk and checked it out the next morning. So I'm not sure if it takes a couple hours or what. Almost done. Okay, that looks good. So putting my glue back into the tip there. Make sure so we don't clog it up. And then that is our design. And I thought that was really, really cute. So we learned something new today with the hinge step in the background. And then a different way to add some effect with your liquid glue dot, or liquid glue, fine tip liquid glue. There we go. So let me turn it around, the camera around. There we are. Okay, so just final words. If you've been stamping this week and want to share what you've been stamping, I hope you'll send that along to me. And then if you would, share this video either on live or repeat, and then put in the comments that you've shared. For some reason, I'm not able to see directly, so I'm having to go to people's their sites to, confirm that they've shared. So just make sure you've done those two things. The winner, I know this is going to be a shock to you all, but the winner of last week's card was Eva. So Eva, once again, our luckiest person in the world, has won the card. So don't let her win every week, people. You got to enter. So share the card. Let's see, lots of fun stuff coming up. There's still classes posted. You still can get into the technique class that's coming up, but the registration is concluding soon. And then we've got the free class with a $25 purchase. That one is coming up in a couple weeks, but the registration is concluding as well. I'll get those dates sent out again so you have them. Bye.